The following is a special live presentation of Empire Sports Network.
The number one ranked UMass Minutemen invade the Riley Center tonight. Depth, defense, and domination best describe the Minutemen. UMass is also the three-time defending champs of the A-10. They open their road conference schedule at St. Bonaventure, who has a history of knocking off top 25 teams in the Riley Center. Last year, two A-10 teams, George Washington and West Virginia, fell victim to the Bonnies. St. Bonaventure plans to make number one UMass their next victim tonight on Empire.
Empire Sports Network presents NCAA basketball. Live from the Riley Center in Olean, New York, it's the University of Massachusetts Minutemen versus the St. Bonaventure Bonnies. Hi, everyone. I'm Don McClain, along with Pete Weber and Jim Saddleton. And I want to tell you something. Tonight is a first here. It's the first time ever that a number one team has come into Riley Center. And that, of course, the Minutemen of Massachusetts. Earlier in the evening, we asked Coach John Calipari how he intends to stay number one.
We were number one earlier in the year. That was it. I mean, I told the team the other day, I said, you know, let's not kid ourselves. When that happened and we beat Arkansas, we were all on cloud nine. We were not focused from that point to play a basketball game. But I think now we've done it already. We've already been number one. So it's just let's play basketball and move on.
Jim, some people would say that all the University of Massachusetts has to do is show up here to win this ball game.
I don't think John Calipari would think that right now. This is going to be a tough game for him, and he knows that. They have a great record, 8-1, and they've won all over the country against the best competition. But that doesn't guarantee him anything for tonight. He needs a big night from Big Lou Rowe, who's a wonderful player, and he's done so well all year. Starts out with 36 points against Corliss Williamson of Arkansas, and I think that if Massachusetts is going to continue their ride to number one, Lou Rowe is going to be right there at the top for him.
Well, he certainly is the tough man, and the Bonnies, of course, have to retaliate. Pete Weber, what about David Vanderpool and the Bonnies? Can they retaliate?
Well, they're going to hope that they can, and they hope they can keep things close for a while. First of all, the Bonnies started out losing their first 3 games of the year. Now they're 6-6. And yes, David Vanderpool is the man. No longer shackled with the responsibilities of being the guy running the offense. He leads the club in scoring, 16 points a game. And hey, he's like Rick Barry right now at the foul stripe, hitting almost 91%. If he gets fouled tonight enough, if he can go to the hole and create some things, converting what he gets from Shandu McNeil, St. Bonaventure, if they can keep it close to the first half, should be in pretty good shape.
This series record is in favor of Massachusetts, 19-9, and the Massachusetts Minutemen have won the last 12 games, so it's a tough game tonight for the Bonnies. We'll be back with all of the action in just a moment.
At the Discovery Channel, we go to extraordinary lengths to tell extraordinary stories. So if we see it, you see it. The Discovery Channel. Explore your world.
In a special TV offer, it's Robin Williams Live at the New York Metropolitan Opera House.
Howdy! Oh, wrong opera house. Thank you.
Hang on, as the far reaches of Robin Williams' mind zip through your living room on one incredible tape. From Parenthood.
You don't need drugs when you have a kid. You're awake, you're paranoid, you smell bad. It's the same thing.
To International Crisis.
But we believe now the accident at Chernobyl has been taken care of. If you'd like to follow us into the plant, I'll show you around. Let's party! Check it out. I'm incredible. Check it out.
Don't miss your chance to own Robin Williams Live, a videotape you'll watch again and again.
Yeah, yeah. Order your Robin Williams video for only $19.98. Have your credit card ready and call toll-free 1-800-591-3344. That's 1-800-591-3344. Or send check or money order for $19.98 plus $4.50 shipping and handling to the address on your screen.
They're ready for basketball here tonight in the Riley Center. And now for the starting lineups. Let's go to Joe Downey.
And the Bonnies. Here are the starting lineups, first of all, for the University of Massachusetts. At one forward, a 6'6" junior from Baltimore, Maryland, number 4, Dante Bright. And at the other forward, a 6'6" junior from New York City, number 3, Dana Dingle. At center, a 6'11" sophomore from Hartford, Connecticut, number 21, Marcus Camby. And in the backcourt at one guard, a 6'2" senior from Hartford, Connecticut, number 10, Mike Williams. And at the other guard for UMass, a 6'1" sophomore from Springfield, Massachusetts, number 12, Edgar Padilla. And the head coach of the Minutemen, John Calipari. And now the starters tonight for St. Bonaventure. At one forward, a 6'7" junior from Washington, D.C., number 35, Sidney Shelton. At the other forward, a 6'5" senior from Silver Spring, Maryland, number 44, David Venterpool. At center for the Bonnies, a 6'8" senior from Newark, Ohio, number 40, Jeff Quackenbush. At one guard, a 5'7" sophomore from Rockaway Beach, number 12, Shandu McNeil. And at the other guard, a 6'3" senior from Olney, Maryland, number 23, Nee Nelson Richards. And the head coach of the Bonnies, Jim Guerin.
There are the starting lineups. We'll be back with the opening of action tonight. Number 1, UMass against St. Bonaventure's Bonnies on the Empire Sports Network.
Friday the 13th means indoor soccer action on Empire Sports. Catch the Blizzard as they take on the Baltimore Spirit live at 7:30 only on Empire Sports Network. Join Empire Sports Network every Saturday morning at 10 o'clock as future PBA champions get their start on Pepsi Fun Time Junior Bowling. Coming each week from many of the finest bowling establishments in Western New York, youngsters from 8 to 18 compete for fun and prizes. Brought to you by Pepsi and the Western New York Bowling Proprietors. Friday the 13th means indoor soccer action on Empire Sports. Catch the Blizzard as they take on the Baltimore Spirit live at 7:30 only on Empire Sports Network.
Here are the officials working tonight's Atlantic 10 Conference battle in Olean. Ron Foxcroft, Tom Lopez, Reggie Greenwood, and we are set to go with an interesting starting lineup chosen by John Calipari insofar as who is not in there. Derek Kellogg and Lou Rowe.
Derek Kellogg has started 75 consecutive games for UMass. Lou Rowe is certainly the All-American, so it's interesting to see why John Calipari made this move.
Let's see how it works out. Mike Williams. They love the air ball in Olean.
Michael Williams looking to create something right off the bat with a quick jumper, but Little short.
A little.
We're going to see a lot of pressure by both teams tonight. UMass certainly coming up right off the bat. Bonnies will press on their own right.
Vanderpool against Dana Dingle. This is Shandu McNeil, the diminutive point guard. Nee Nelson Richards, Vanderpool using Quackenbush as he cuts down left. Quackenbush cross court. Nee Nelson Richards, 16 feet away, and he draws the foul. Padilla.
What Bonnies needs to stay into this game and to really keep the guard. Great crowd here tonight. What they need is to get off early. See a cross-court pass from Quackenbush into Nelson. Padilla gets a hand on the wrist.
Nee Nelson Richards at the line. And he gets the first points of the game home.
I think what Jim Barron looks at when he plays a game like this, as we see Richards at the foul line, is that it's a great opportunity for his program. Nobody expects him to win tonight, but it's a great opportunity to play well and to see how much they've improved from the beginning of the season.
Marcus Camby almost stripped away by Vanderpool. Padilla. Dingle moving it inside. That didn't go for Dante Bright. And back come the Bonnies, up 1-0. Shandu McNeil down the left side. Steps behind Shelton. McNeil puts up the shot. Well off the mark. Camby the rebound again.
A little too quick by Shandu McNeil that time. I'm sure he's not looking for that kind of a shot.
Williams the 3-0, and Vanderpool the rebound. Well, both sides, one shot and take off the other way.
David Vanderpool with a smart move right here by slowing it up. They don't want to get into a real run-and-gun game here with the University of Massachusetts Minutemen.
This is Nee Nelson Richards again. Substitution waiting to come in. Lou Rowe. Nelson Richards, McNeil, Vanderpool, a 3. No, rebound. Camby had it. Lost it out of bounds to St. Bonaventure.
Marcus Camby, obviously a big threat on the defensive board and as a shot blocker. Can't control that one, but Bonnies are going to have to work as hard as they ever have in order to stay in this game on the boards.
Lou Rowe, the club's leading scorer, in now. Dante Bright to the bench. Shandu McNeil. Quackenbush takes it outside the arc.
Marcus Camby comes out to play Quackenbush 25 feet from the basket.
And that left an opportunity for Vanderpool. He did draw the foul.
Pretty move by David Vanderpool, because if he went up straight up, Camby was going to get a rejection on it, no question. Instead, he takes it in. Nice dribble penetration by Richards. That looks like a block. Vanderpool comes back in the inside and draws the foul. Nice play by David Vanderpool.
Well, we spoke just a few moments ago about Vanderpool at the line this year. He is 41 of 45.
Not bad. Kind of like you were in the grammar school over at Blessed Sacrament High. And
yeah, for a while.
Yeah.
After 2 free throws. Kellogg in the game now. Padilla goes to the sideline. Vanderpool gets them both. 90-plus seconds gone. St. Bonaventure up 3.
Bonnie's in a straight man-to-man.
Camby, nice movement of the ball. Williams in the lane over Quackenbush. No. But they get it right back. Williams to the hole. Or excuse me, going to the hole there was Bright.
Well, that's one thing that Bonnies cannot afford to have happen, is for Massachusetts to play some volleyball in the backboards. Got to limit them to one shot. Hope that they can control the pace of the game. That's how they're going to stay in it.
Shandu McNeil. Derek Kellogg backing off. Works around Quackenbush defensively. Vanderpool looking for room. This is Shelton. Now Nee Nelson Richards against Williams. Puts up the 16-footer. No. Trying to follow. Quackenbush ends up fouling Lou Rowe.
Lou Rowe is a warrior on the defensive board, and he just went up strong, corralled it. Bonnie's starting off very slow from the shooting standpoint. Here we see Nelson Richards taking the shot. Actually, Shelton had the inside on that, and Rowe just took it away from him.
Great quickness. Kellogg.
UMass is not number 1 in the country because they're a poor defensive team, though. They're a great defensive team. Put all kinds of pressure on teams to try and score.
McNeil takes that away from Williams. At the shoot-around earlier, UMass was really digging in, working on their defensive part of the game.
Shandu McNeil is the magician with the ball, as Bonnie's opponents have found out.
Nothing opened right. Nelson Richards had to take the bounce pass. McNeil out of Quackenbush. Hit on Rowe. The rock goes off the side of the glass. Nelson Richards the rebound.
Bonnies have not shot the ball well all year long. They're a little nervous right now, I think, early on.
Just a clean deflection there, and Vanderpool goes to the backcourt to recover.
Bonnies have to settle down, look for the good shot, try to get it inside instead of taking fall-away jump shots. Try to draw a couple fouls on the big people.
Williams did a good job getting away from Quackenbush and the screen. And a foul called before the shot. That foul goes against Mike Williams. John Calipari. Not yet John Calipari, 36 years of age. He turns 36 next month. Shandu McNeil. Trying for Quackenbush. Somehow he gets to the ball away from Bright. Needing help now. Cross for Nelson Richards. A two-pointer. And a bad shot at that. Vanderpool over the top.
Bonnies are working very hard on the boards to try to stay in this thing, but they got to knock down a jump shot. Fortunately for Bonaventure, they're playing very well on the defensive end as well.
Vanderpool crashing in. Call for the foul, his first. Nice move in the lane. Didn't drop for Marcus Camby. And that goes against Sidney Shelton.
Here we see the move as Camby puts it on the floor. Kind of a little duck under in the...
And it's hard for him to do that.
Yeah, but real good move by Marcus Camby.
6'11" guys have a difficult time ducking underneath.
Yep.
St. Bonaventure sends in Rashawn Palmer, a freshman swingman at 6'5". He kicks over for Nee Nelson Richards.
Nee Nelson just got to slow down a little bit. Get his feet under him. Neither team has scored a basket.
And Camby can't break the tie. Shelton the rebound. Nicely played there, almost stolen away by Derek Kellogg, but Shandu McNeil recovers.
Derek Kellogg is a very, very solid complementary player for this team, and everybody's tight to begin with.
That's right. Vanderpool shot. Nope. And the rebound for Dante Bright in UMass. Kellogg. Lob for Canby. Puts up the long two-pointer and scores.
Right now, Bonaventure really out of sync. Too many long shots, and I think Jim Barron's going to try to wait for the TV timeout maybe to tell his team that, but he can't let this continue on the offensive end. They've got to get some better looks at the basket.
Enos Norville, Tyrone Weeks to come in soon for UMass. Shandu McNeil. Shot clock is down at 15 seconds. Quackenbush outside with Canby. Now McNeil behind the screen for the three. Kellogg rebounds the miss. Down for Rowe. Rowe lost it, turning into Vanderpool. On the transition, Vanderpool behind the back. Feed there for Palmer. No, follow Quackenbush.
That's the way St. Bonaventure has to play. Push the ball up the court, be aggressive, look for some inside moves instead of just waiting for the three all the time.
Right. And Rowe loses the ball out of bounds to UMass. 14:52 to go here in the first half. St. Bonaventure and UMass tied at 5. We'll be back with more from the Riley Center in Olean in just a moment. Stay with us on the Empire Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Ed Kilgore. Here's what happened last week on Pros and Cons.
Frankly, I'm sick and tired of that because it shows that Pittsburgh has a scheme in the system and Coward talks about it.
But they have players, Art.
It doesn't matter if you have players, all right?
Sure it matters. It matters a lot.
Well, the most important thing is not, Corey's gone.
So join Art, Larry, myself, and our guest Pete Lonergan for Pros and Cons Wednesday at 7 here on the Empire Sports Network.
Here at Columbus University, we pride ourselves on our commitment to academic excellence, the quality of our sports facilities, and the diversity of our student body, located on the beautiful campus.
But on Wednesday, January 11th, get ready to learn what's really going on.
You're dead.
About time to raise a body.
What's with you? Everybody stay calm. Call security now. Stop it! No, it's the wrong guy.
Higher Learning, a film by John Singleton, rated R.
David Vanderpool creating the tying score. taking the ball away here, then spectacularly going behind the back, off to his left, creating his chance for Palmer, and then on the follow, it's Quackenbush who converts.
Well, you know, St. Bonaventure is going to have to make some jumpers, but they also got to make a lot of layups.
Exactly. College basketball continuing on Empire Sports Network. Tune in tomorrow at 8. The Rice Owls take on the Houston Cougars in an offensive shootout. Owls and Cougars tomorrow at 8, right here on Empire Sports Network. Well, the good folks at Adelphia and Empire Sports would like to wish the best to Jimmy Giopoulos going in for surgery tomorrow. Good luck to you, Jimmy. We also want to say hi to longtime Niagara trainer Ray Kist watching at home tonight.
Absolutely. A great friend of all of us. We're wishing him the best.
UMass plays the ball in. Travieso a three. Yes. Just in the game, Carmelo Travieso. 8-5. UMass the advantage.
UMass has so many weapons on the offensive end, and yet they're such a great defensive club at the same time.
Defense creates for them, too. Quackenbush got position. McNeil on that right block. It's a double, but Quackenbush, Kellogg ends up fouling him. I thought he only got the ball.
Well, certainly if you take it inside, though, things like that happen. There's an opportunity to go to the free throw line, and they've got to get Quackenbush involved. Here we see the play inside.
They call the foul on Norville behind Quackenbush.
Norville banged him first, and then Kellogg took the ball away from him.
The freshman, Enos Norville.
How high the defensive pressure is, though. They don't let you breathe at all.
Right.
Every time you move, there's somebody there.
Relaxation does not exist.
Nope. And then they push it and look to run.
The air scoop. Oh, off the glass. Travieso. That was like the John Wooden days at UCLA, clanging that one in off the glass.
Now he's coming off the bench, Travieso, and John Calipari has said before that he's really a deep team. They're too deep at every position. Travieso comes in immediately, makes 2 baskets.
Padilla to come in next for UMass. The Minutemen lead by 5, and heavy traffic along the right side of the lane. Ron Foxcroft making the call right away against Vanderpool. David Vanderpool has 2 fouls on him now, with 6:25 gone in the first half.
Well, John Calipari knows that David Vanderpool is the one to get rid of if you're going to be playing against the St. Bonaventure team. You can't afford to lose him on the Bonnie side.
He takes a seat on the bench. Nee Nelson Richards into the game for St. Bonaventure. Padilla for Kellogg. Now Padilla will take the 3. Yes. Padilla hits it.
Just when you think you shut down the big people on UMass, all of a sudden their guards come out, knock down some 2s and 3s on you.
Because of that, they force you to play them honestly.
There's just no easy baskets against this defense. Watch how high out, as you said, they play them. Bonnies don't really have a lot of great inside threats. So as a result, everything is hard.
Palmer to the hole, no. Following up, and it's taken by Nelson Richards. He went back in and was fouled. Nelson Richards fouled before it came back to Palmer. That goes against Derek Kellogg. Watch the action.
Bonnie's doing a real good job on the offensive board. D. Nelson Richards finally gets it, takes it up strong, and there's a reach on Kellogg. Looks like that might have been a 2-shot foul right there, but they end up getting him on the floor.
And a foul offensively. That goes on Jerome Spillman, the sophomore forward.
I would think that Jim Barron would look at this thing and say, now let's not make sure that these guys, because they're the #1 team in the country, are going to get every call either. Right now, that a lot of incidental contact is being made, and if they take that away from Bonaventure, Bonnie's in deep, deep trouble.
Power move inside. On the feed from Dingle, no. Tyrone Weeks just couldn't hit it.
Tyrone Weeks is a wide body, just
Look
became
at this.
eligible, and then we got a full 4 new guys coming in for UMass, and guess what? There ain't scrubs coming in the game.
No,
Got
Rowe.
Canby and Bright and
Canby
Rowe
and
and Williams.
Yeah. That's not bad.
No.
Go to your bench and bring in talent like that.
It's almost like the blue team at North Carolina a few years ago when Dean Smith used to bring in 5 at a time.
Kellogg and Rowe did not start, by the way. They have seen action. Chandu, McNeil. Bonnie's trailing by 8. Quackenbush, a swing move, can't shake Canby. Inside, Palmer. That looked like that was pinned against the glass, but on the follow, Spellman gets the score and draws the foul.
Bonnie's are going to get the three-pointer, but Ronnie Foxcroft, the outside official, missed the goaltender.
Look at this inside now.
And that's the goaltender. It already hit the backboard before it was touched.
But Spellman gets the 2, and Canby commits his second.
Good effort by Spellman on the boards and by Palmer just earlier to that.
Spellman, a 53.9% foul shooter, hits that one. The lead is 5 points.
Spellman, a redshirt freshman, has really done a good job for Jim Barron's team this year. Coming in, he's a shot blocker. There's a great pass.
Oh, nice movement all around. Rowe will get the assist to Canby.
That is a big-time pass from one All-American to another.
Canby with 5 points. Quackenbush wondered about that shot. Spellman turns to the traffic. No foul from behind. Dante Bright to Williams. Alley-oop, Canby.
That's why they're the #1 team in the country, when they can run the court, throw some lobs, and dunk it in.
The fans can't help but applaud that.
But Bonnies have to realize right now they're going to get these kind of plays against them. They just have to come down, play their game, and don't get out of sync and get in awe of that kind of play.
Right, consider it possession by possession. Try to get a good shot for yourselves and then dig in defensively. Chandu McNeil trying to create double clutch.
Beautiful drive by the little guy. He goes up and over.
Canby outside Williams. Dribble, tries to get, well, Williams right there. Tried to turn a 14-footer into a 3-footer.
Bonnies are getting caught in transition right now, though. Mass is beating them down the court almost every time.
11:10 to go. The timeout in the first half. UMass 17, St. Bonaventure 10. You're watching it all on the Empire Sports Network.
At the Discovery Channel, we go to extraordinary lengths to tell extraordinary stories. So if we see it, you see it. The Discovery Channel. Explore your world.
Hold it. This isn't you, it's an older guy.
Oh, that was before I got rid of my gray hair with Just for Men hair color.
Come on, that's too natural to be hair coloring.
Just for Men. Apply and in 5 minutes rinse. Gray is blended away for a totally natural look.
Think it'll work for me?
In 5 minutes.
Just for Men looks too natural to be hair coloring. And now try Just for Men Color Gel for the hard-to-color hair of mustaches and beards. Brush in, rinse out. Just 5 minutes.
It starts with the drop. And from that point on, it's nothing but non-stop end-to-end excitement. The nation's top skaters lace them up on the college hockey game of the week.
Hi, I'm Vic Carucci.
And I'm Howard Simon.
For the latest on the National Football League postseason and the Buffalo Bills, tune in to Pro Football Focus on Empire Sports Network.
This Thursday night at 6:30, Vic and I will preview the AFC and NFC championship games. We'll have in-depth scouting reports, and our special guest will be Peter King from Sports Illustrated and ABC's Monday Night Football.
That's Pro Football Focus, Thursday at 6:30 p.m. on Empire Sports Network.
UMass with a 7-point lead, 11:10 to go in the first half. Marcus Canby already 7 points, including a couple of thundering slams. This, Williams Rowe to Canby. Here's Williams, alley-oop. That's authority.
Yeah, that is not a bad play, and that's why he's. Everybody thinks he might be a #1 draft pick as soon as he decides to come out.
He's only a sophomore now.
Yep.
Nelson Richards for St. Bonaventure. Chandu McNeil.
Bonnies just have to continue to settle down and just play as hard as they possibly can and have to hope they can make some jumpers.
Vanderpool to the hole, score it. He protected the ball with his body on the right side, scored with the left.
David Vanderpool just made that drive and then pointed over toward Jim Barron, so it must have been something they talked about at the timeout. Beautiful drive by David Vanderpool. Vanderpool is a very, very good player who can play on this level of basketball with the UMass people. He just has to transform that confidence into the rest of the team right now.
That was Dante Bright's first foul. And Vanderpool completes the three-point play. He has 5 points. St. Bonaventure now trailing by 4 by settling down.
Yeah, the longer they stay in the game, the better chance they have of extending this competition as long as they can.
Mike Williams, Rowe can't score inside. They tie it up. Rowe was in the middle of a St. Bonaventure sandwich.
Good effort. You know, Rowe has not cracked the barrier yet. He hasn't scored, and that tells you what kind of strength UMass has when he hasn't really been a factor on the offensive end.
Vanderpool will play it in. Nelson Richards helping. Well, Vanderpool talking at the top of the telecast about how he had gotten away from that role of bringing the ball to the attacking zone. They've been most effective tonight when he has done so.
Interestingly enough, they've used Shandu McNeil almost as the off guard.
Right. Nelson Richards. Nope, and the rebound for Lou Rowe.
Richards can't get off the mark here, and he's had some good looks, but just hasn't had anything.
Stolen by McNeil. 3-on-1. Left it back behind for Nelson Richards, and the rest of the UMass defense comes up court. So much for the transition game. What a hustling job by UMass on defense.
Great play by UMass, but let's not forget what a great steal it was by Shandu McNeil.
Vanderpool lost the ball with 14 on the shot clock, and the foul going to be called. Out high, Mike Williams. That's his second. Travieso comes in. Let's take a look at the steal as Williams loses it to Shandu McNeil. Just a flash of the right hand, knocked it away.
But you have some numbers now. Williams did a smart thing. He went over and played the opposite man, forced Shandu McNeil to drop it back to Richardson. The play kind of evaporated, at least the fast break part of it.
Vanderpool misses a free throw, stop the presses. Only his 5th miss all season.
And a tough time, too. Bonnies need to make every free throw and do all the little things correctly.
Travieso lost the ball in the high dribble coming in, but a foul called. Shandu McNeil.
Good call by Reggie Greenwood, even though he was blocked out a little bit on it. He's kind of laughing at Jim Barron, but it was the correct call.
Watch this. Travieso.
Yep, that's a grab. Shandu McNeil tried to get away with one.
Could have injured his rotator cuff with that. That wasn't subtle.
Bonnies go to the 2-3 zone, out of bounds.
The long left-hander, no. Following his own shot, ball on the floor. For a moment, Dingle had it. And coming out with it is Shelton.
Good effort. Palmer has to understand that once that shot goes up, he has to get back on the defensive board. He became a spectator, almost lost the ball.
Palmer, Vanderpool against Norval. No. But Vanderpool will be going to the line again, and he's already set it up there tonight.
Well, David Vanderpool is really taken over here to get the Bonnies back in the game. He's done a terrific job.
Enos Norval, number 50, as Vanderpool did a good job setting him up for the foul.
You know, UMass is such a marked team that every team they play against, every club they go against is ready for them. And Bonnies and the crowd are really ready for this game tonight. John Calipari knows that, of course. That's why he continues to liberally substitute to find the right combination.
And he has a lot of experimentation to do, a wealth of talent. Hey, he missed another one.
Now, that's one thing you have to worry about it somewhat, too, is that Vanderpool getting a little tired as Bonnies goes to their half-court trap for the first time.
Dante Bright, they just managed to get it over. Tapped away. And then Palmer lost it. Back on the transition. Travieso the 3. No. Quackenbush tries to save along the end line, and instead he's called for traveling.
Rashawn Palmer has to really get into this game. I mean, this is not a game for boys right now. This is a game for men. They're playing awful hard and awful physical, and he really has to understand that he just can't give half. It's not so much he's not giving the effort like that, but it's a matter of trying to make sure loose balls. They had the loose ball that time, cost them a basket because of it.
Marcus Camby with 9. UMass by 5. St. Bonaventure the ball. Some UMass pressure. And a foul in the backcourt as Shandu McNeil was knifing his way through. Calipari can't believe that call. Rigoberto Nunez to report in.
You know, you watch John Calipari getting over Dante Bright. Now, Dante Bright is a first-team All-American in high school, superstar. He plays no favorites, John Calipari, as you see Jim Barron at the other end. Calipari gets in everybody's face, whether it's Lou Rowe or whoever.
Exactly.
Bonnie's going to have to knock down some free throws, though, to stay into this thing. Already 10 fouls with 8:39 to go on the UMass. But you know what? UMass looks at it and thinks, we've got so many players that we'll take some chances.
Sure, trade them. Trade that depth. Force them to make the free throws. Well, McNeil drained them both. 3-point UMass lead. Some pressure. Canby goes way up to take it and help out.
It's called a press breaker when you lob it about 15 feet in the air.
A miss by Kellogg. Here comes Rashawn Palmer to McNeil. The runner goes!
Can do!
It's a 1-point game. And they're going wild at the Riley Center. Jim Barron pointing at the shot clock saying it should be the 10-second violation. And with 8:12 to go, they're enjoying it here in Western New York. UMass with a 1-point lead, 19-18. Stay with us on the Empire Sports Network.
It's the best spot to find out what's going on in the world of sports. The Press Box on top of all the action. Highlights, scores, interviews, and the inside scoop on the deals of the day. Tune into the box.
Tonight at 12:30 on Empire Sports Network.
True confessions about calling circles from MCI friends and family customers.
He asks for a lot of friends and family's names.
I gave him my sister, my sister-in-law, my mother-in-law, my friend in Florida.
It just wasn't worth it.
Out of my 10 people, only one I got the discount.
To make it easier, simpler.
You want it simple? You got it. Just switch to AT&T and get AT&T True USA Savings. Spend $25 a month on AT&T and we subtract 20% from your AT&T long distance bill. Switch now and save to anyone, anytime, anywhere in the USA, guaranteed.
Simple is better.
With AT&T, you save on calls to everyone. That's why 2 out of 3 MCI friends and family basic or primetime users will save more with True USA Savings.
I'm going back to AT&T.
We'll switch you for free. Just call 1-800-PICK-ATT. We're standing by for your call.
Just switch back.
Switch now. Call 1-800-PICK-ATT.
Your true voice.
So if you think my highlights are great, just wait till you see the ones on the show. Transition plays like this one by Shandu McNeil helping the Bonnies to that run. Palmer up ahead to McNeil.
This is some kind of shot right here, Peter. My goodness. You know, the Bonnies really have not relied on the three during this run. They've relied on their defense, pressing defense, and pushing the ball up the court. That's the way they're going to be in this game.
A 1-point edge for UMass.
I have a feeling you're going to see the ball go inside to Rowe or Canby this trip down. Nope.
Padilla with a tray.
Whoa. You got that kind of a shooter to the outside. Makes it a lot easier to get it inside the next time.
Padilla has hit 2 of those. UMass up by 4. 2 more substitutions awaiting for the Minutemen. As the shuffle and the shuttle continues. Palmer tried to beat him on the dribble, lost the ball. And then the ball tapped away, ultimately taken by Quackenbush. He loses to Canby, and then from behind, Shandu McNeil fouls it.
And now it costs, just because Quackenbush wasn't quite ready for you always got to be ready for people coming around you. It cost Shandu McNeil a personal foul. McNeil made a great defensive play to strip it right to here. Jeff Quackenbush doesn't understand, doesn't see who's around him, didn't hold the ball hard enough, and it cost McNeil.
Well, they won't get an easy bucket out of it, but they do send Marcus Canby to the line, where he's 1 out of 2 tonight. 17 of 35 from the year as a free thrower. 10 points now for Canby. He'll get another. 7.5 to go in the first half. Canby here can put the UMass Minutemen up by 6.
A guy like Marcus Canby is what separates certain teams. When you get a 6'11" shot blocker, a lot of good players out on the UMass team right now, but what makes him really special is a guy like Marcus Canby who can dominate on both ends of the court.
McNeil brings it up now. John Calipari wanting tougher defense.
John's got to stay in the box, though. He's
Yeah,
kind of outside the coaching
well out of
box right there.
I thought he was going to join in on the
I
press.
thought he might be that sixth man in the press.
McNeil outside. Shelton swings to Vanderpool, one-on-one on the right side, doesn't take the isolation. Nelson Richards does take the three, but misses. Shelton off the boards, he's rejected by Rowe. McNeil gets it back, beautiful wrap, and goes! Shelton hits it, and the Bonnies never let up, pressuring the glass.
You know, good things always happen if you're aggressive and you don't give up, and that's exactly what happened to Bonaventure right there. You saw the first play, didn't go by Shelton. Chandu McNeil makes a terrific pass inside. He just lets it rip up there, gets a lucky bounce. Now he's got a chance for a three-point play.
It's Sidney Shelton going to the line. He's better than 70% free thrower this season. St. Bonaventure, a chance to get back within 3 points with 6:56 to go in the half.
I would venture to guess that Bonaventure probably has not played this well all year long, and you respond to the type of competition you have. Bonnie's all of a sudden you're playing against a team like UMass. They have to play this well if they're going to hang in the game at all.
Shelton goes to the bench.
Bonnie's pressure has really done a good job, too, with throwing UMass out of kilter somewhat.
And they were expecting it the way they were preparing this afternoon. Kellogg almost lost it. Dingle gets it back. Williams, Norval, and as he tried to knife between two St. Bonaventure defenders, namely Spillman and McNeil, he was fouled. And it goes against McNeil. And all of a sudden, Chandu McNeil, who's played very well, has 3 fouls.
Yeah, and that really kills St. Bonaventure. They can't afford to lose him. Jim Barron's got a major decision to make whether he takes him out of the game right now or goes with him, but he's obviously got to get to the bench. Without him, they are not the same basketball team.
Taking his place, somewhat taller, Kenny McFarland at 6'6", a freshman from D.C. Norval, no. Mike Williams trying to appeal to Ron Foxcroft.
That was, I think, only the 8th team foul. Mike Williams thought it was 10, but it was really only a 1-and-1. Nice try, though.
Yeah, very good appeal.
Whatever you can do, get away from it.
This foul goes on Dana Dingle. And at the stripe is Jerome Spellman.
Spellman realized very quickly that you're going to have to rebound very hard in a game like this. There's no one-handed snatch rebounds here.
A sophomore out of Richmond, Virginia. No.
All the little things that have to be done in order to compete on this level.
In and out there. 5 missed free throws for St. Bonaventure.
Yep.
Kellogg, Dingle, now Williams, back to Dingle. Here's Kellogg. 2 come out to greet him defensively. High post Rowe, tries for the block, broke it up.
Not a good pass by Lou Rowe. He tried to force it into the big guy.
Quackenbush takes the tray. Good rotation. Little Long follows it. In the lane, turns, scores. Nice soft touch.
Great effort by Jeff Quackenbush. Shoots it, goes, gets it, puts it in.
Under 6 to go in the half. A 1-point game. Rowe puts it up. No. Quackenbush clears and makes sure he retains possession.
That's the way you rebound the ball. 2 hands strong. Nobody gets it out of him.
Quackenbush. This is Vanderpool. Tried to screen off Williams. Goes the hole. Score it. St. Bonaventure in the lead. 25-24.
This crowd is going crazy without any students here.
Lob to Rowe. He's fouled as he goes up to get the ball. Nelson Richards, his first foul.
That's certainly the kind of effort, though, that you don't want to subside in any way at all from Nelson Richards. You want to be very happy that he's aggressive, going after the ball. Makes a mistake right there, but that's okay.
When you're aggressive, at least it shows you're not afraid or in awe.
Yep. All of a sudden, you're bringing in Donta Bright. Marcus Camby's ready to go in for Lou Rowe. John Calipari had an idea that this was not going to be an easy game this evening, and especially if Bonnie's get off early. And right now, Bonnie's are playing very, very well.
Lou Rowe still hasn't scored in this game.
Yeah, he's struggling right from the beginning, not rebounding the ball particularly well, not shooting it. But you know what? He's a warrior. He'll be back in it.
St. Bonaventure a chance to extend a 1-point lead. Quackenbush. Vanderpool. Outside there, McFarland, who came in for McNeil. Some of the youngsters in there for St. Bonaventure showing some depth they haven't had the last few years. Quackenbush turning. No on the acute angle. They kick it out for Williams. Deals to Rowe. Yep. But no, he's fouled. And he's called for traveling. He's called for traveling before the foul.
He is really out of sync right now, Lou Rowe. Looked like he was going to have it dunked. He was really out of sync. Let's take a look here. Yeah, looked like a walk.
Yeah.
Looked like one.
And oftentimes, if it looks like one, it is one. Quackenbush leaves. Shelton comes back in.
Quackenbush, a well-deserved rest. He's played very, very well. He needs a couple minutes here, catch his breath, and then be ready to get back in.
25-24, St. Bonaventure over the number 1 UMass Minutemen.
Couple freshmen and a sophomore in here. That's a foul by Derek Kellogg inside. They're really blocking the cutters.
Shelton has to give it back outside. Vanderpool. Rashawn Palmer. Shot clock down inside 10 seconds now. Vanderpool using Shelton. Doesn't take the initial shot. The drive with 2 seconds to go. It crawls over for him. Vanderpool with 10. Bonnie's by 3.
That's what you call using the shot clock.
And then some, can be. Foul before the shot. And that goes against Jerome Spellman, his second. Nelson Richards comes back in for St. Bonaventure. And to the sideline goes David Vanderpool with 10 points.
Vanderpool played exactly the way everyone here at Bonaventure hoped he would tonight. He's given them a chance to be competitive throughout this whole first half. And if the things continue the way they are right now, they'll be competitive the whole game.
Second of 2 for Marcus Canby.
Tim Barron taking a huge chance right now, putting Shandu McNeil back in the game with 4 minutes to go. He's got 3 personal fouls on him.
But he didn't like what he saw, the way the offense was really not moving the ball around.
He's rolling the dice right now, though. He can ill afford to have Shandu McNeil get his 4th.
Now Padilla and Travieso come in. McNeil with the ball. Derek Kellogg was slipping, trying to keep pace with him. Inside, dealt off, saved. Shelton took it on the back pass from Nelson Richards. Shelton, can he save it again?
He's trying.
To McNeil. Nelson Richards wants it for the tray. He gets it.
Tell you what, Sidney Shelton deserves a 1.5 for that one.
Yes, he does.
Saved it twice on bad plays, bad passes by Palmer.
More saves. Well, more saves than Kenny Dryden ever made. Oh, what a slam on the follow there by Canby. And offensive basket interference is the appeal by Jim Barron. He's not going to get that.
He might have a case, though. When we get a chance to see that one again, he might have a case.
St. Bonaventure by 2. Palmer to the hole. He's not intimidated. Following up. That's Jerome Spellman.
A lot of young guys are coming of age tonight for the Bonnies. Spellman, Palmer.
They'll be talking about this one for years to come. Traveling. Traveling is the call. John Calipari can't believe it. Another wave of substitutions for UMass, and we have a timeout. 2:54 to go in the half, and we'll be back in just a moment. St. Bonaventure 32, UMass 28. Yeah, they're enjoying this at the Riley Center. Hope you are too on the Empire Sports Network.
For over 25 years, our independently owned and operated stores have been your convenient food marts, and we'd like to thank you by introducing our new Savers Club card. Now you'll enjoy even deeper discounts. Not only at convenient food marts, you'll also save on tickets to major sports events, movies, gasoline, and products from your favorite retail stores. The Savers Club card is absolutely free. Get yours instantly the next time you visit your neighborhood convenient food mart. The Savers Club card. Our thanks to you for making us your convenient food mart.
Well, we've seen Marcus Camby play with authority. Now, is this offensive basket interference or not?
Let's take a look and find out. We'll see where that ball rims.
Is it in the cylinder?
Yes, it is. At least from that angle, it looked like it was. Palmer's made some strong drives to the basket tonight, freshman. And that's a strong rebound by Spellman on the inside.
And Spellman able to convert that. Yeah, you want all the action for the hardwood to the mat. No one covers the high schools better than Empire Sports Network. Bunches up this Friday night at 10:30 for all the highlights, the scores, and special features. Much more for you as well on High School Highlights on the Empire Sports Network. Well, we called that 800 number, 1-800, good basketball game, and they've come through with our order.
They sure have. And John Calipari, mass substitutions again, trying to find the right combination. So far, he hasn't.
Shandu McNeil out of there. Vanderpool in there.
Good move by Jim Barron getting McNeil out. They got a 4-point lead.
Offensive foul. That goes against Palmer.
Give credit to John Calipari for that. He was in Ryan Crosscroft's ear throughout the whole timeout, and now all of a sudden the call is made on the inside.
So we go to the other end. Dana Dingle, a 58.3 foul shooter. He has 3 points, Dana Dingle, the junior forward. Dingle averaging 7.4 points. Left hands it off the heel, battle for that rebound, won by Shelton.
Probably a foul, but you got to be strong and tough. There's not going to be any cheap ones here tonight.
No backing down.
No.
St. Bonaventure leads by 3.
And
Rashawn Palmer has not been intimidated.
No, he hasn't. The longer they play with Massachusetts, the more confidence they're going to get. Obviously, there's a long way to go, but they have to continue.
Quackenbush at the board, sorted Shelton, with the ball out of bounds to UMass.
Good effort by Sidney Shelton, but he just couldn't quite hang on. Richards had a real good look on the 3. See what the half-court trap can come up with for Bonaventure. UMass has been through so many tough places and so many tough games.
Inside.
Yep.
No place for Weeks to go.
And Calipari looking for a foul on Weeks.
In the meantime, a foul as Vanderpool started the drive and was stopped on the right wing. And that goes against Edgar Padilla.
Both coaches are all over the officials here at this time when they know, as we see John Calipari getting on Ron Foxcroft as he's coming over to tell him, ask him where he's going to eat afterwards and, what he liked for dinner last night and so on and so forth.
Well, Calipari has to keep battling on the sideline, so his team, number 1 coming in, realizes they have to keep digging too.
David Vanderpool missed 3 free throws. You jinxed him again, Weber.
Yeah, I did.
Talk to him again, you jinxed him.
There you see it, 4 out of 7. But 5 out of 8 and 11 points. A 4-point edge for St. Bonaventure.
Who'd have thunk it with 1:47 to go in the first?
Not too many who didn't want to risk incarceration. And a turnover to St. Bonaventure.
Pressure defense has really hurt the UMass team. Not so much in turnovers, but in quick shots, and in that case, a turnover.
The turnover figure right there.
Yep, thrown them out of kilter, 12-7.
A great team can be pressured. That's being proved here very tangibly.
As you mentioned, everybody's a marked man when you're number 1, and they certainly are going after this thing.
Shelton had position, but a foul call as he turned inside. Wrapping around, the old Oscar Robertson move.
I don't know if I've ever seen so many offensive fouls under the basket. Let's see it right here. Shelton gets the ball. That's a little bit of a rep.
Yeah.
That's what you call a half Nelson. They got to be shooting this ball down at the other end.
Lou Rowe waiting to come in. And finally, they get it straightened out that he's coming in for Tyrone Weeks.
Tyrone Weeks just became eligible, and you can tell he's a little rusty. Needs some game situation.
70 seconds to go in the half. Doesn't go for Rowe, nor Norval. And the rebound comes down to Jerome Spellman.
Well, Shelton, I think, again, for a rebound. Shelton's done an unbelievable job on the defensive board.
Vanderpool outside Nelson Richards. The swing to Rashawn Palmer. Vanderpool has room, and goaltending is the call. Vanderpool has 13.
Great effort by Lou Rowe, but just a little bit late.
6-point edge for St. Bonaventure.
Bonnies look like they're going to get the last shot of the half. UMass has to make this one a special trip down.
They wrap it inside. Norval around for Rowe, and that might be basket interference, but it's not called.
I don't know if he touched it. Jim Barron thought he touched it. Tom Lopes, the official, did not. Bonnie's going to look to go for the last one with 20 seconds to go.
Vanderpool, and they're standing and applauding at the Riley Center in Olean, New York. They're jam-packed into here tonight, 6,000 strong. Nelson Richards, under 7 seconds, ball stolen away. Padilla scores!
That is a huge play for UMass on the buzzer. A huge play, took some steam out of the Bonnie crowd. Vanderpool looking to go one-on-one, got caught in the inside.
Still at the half. St. Bonaventure with the edge. Let's look at the last play. The strip by Padilla. Just reached it on Vanderpool. Breaks down court. Vanderpool not conceding anything and also not wanting to risk the foul. Laid in with the left hand by Padilla, who finishes the half with 8 points and closes UMass within 2. So at the half, 35-33. We'll be back in just a moment with St. Bonaventure University President Dr. Robert Wickenheiser in just a moment on the Empire Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Don Beebe.
And I'm Jim Hanley.
And we both make a living catching things.
That's right. Each week you can see Don catching the long ball thrown by Jim Kelly.
And now you can watch on Mondays Jim here catching big bass with a lot of sports celebrities around the New York area.
That's right. Every Monday night right here on the Empire Sports Network at 6 o'clock. Don't miss it.
I'm a much better skier after seeing this video only once.
It reinforces your good habits and it helps you correct your bad habits.
It helped me get through the mogul field.
It made my turns stronger.
You can practice it in your own living room. I learned from it.
Introducing the video that's guaranteed to make you a better skier. It's called Perfect Form, featuring Jean-Claude Keeley, and it's free with Snow Country magazine.
Snow Country is a multi-dimensional magazine. It talks about snowboarding, hiking, cross-country skiing,
canoeing,
biking, the best resorts for your dollar,
the best equipment, the best prices.
Whether it's spring, summer, or fall, Snow Country is a mountain of fun all year long.
If you're a summer person, if you're a winter person, it'll show you how to take advantage of the outdoors.
So call 800-225-9500. Get your first issue of Snow Country risk-free. Call right now and we'll send you the Follow Me Mountain Guide and our ski equipment guide absolutely free.
I can't imagine anybody reading Snow Country and not wanting to be an outdoor person after reading it.
I think the first copy of Snow Country that comes across your desk will make you want to subscribe.
We are here at the half, 35-33. St. Bonaventure with the lead over UMass. That's right, don't adjust your sets. That graphic is correct. And we're joined by Dr. Robert Wickenheiser, who is the president of St. Bonaventure University, fresh with us from San Diego and the NCAA convention. Didn't want to miss this action tonight, did you?
No, I did not. And actually, it's a wonderful first half. I'm glad I got back just before it started.
Just in time.
Just in time.
Now, what has gone on in San Diego? There's been a lot of newspaper and radio and television attention to the convention.
First of all, let me just backtrack, because on Sunday evening was the hall of their banquet in which they honored Bob Lanier. Bob Lanier was one of the silver anniversary honorees this year, one of 6. And it was a pleasure to be there. I gave him the award on behalf of the NCAA. I was at a banquet of about 2,700 people. And Bob looked great. He's going to try and make it back for our 25th anniversary celebration upcoming. And then, of course, we spent the next all of Monday in President's Day agenda deliberations on the items before the agenda, before the NCAA convention, and the most important of which was the maintaining of standards.
Right. And Proposition 16, people talking about that.
Right. And the president's held very firm, as did the whole convention, on Proposition 16. It's been delayed for a year so that the issue of whether or not students are prepared, or coaches or teachers in high school have had enough time to really let students know that we're serious about it. Nobody can use that as a complaint now. So it's been delayed, but just delayed for a year. And the convention held surprisingly firm on that. But it also came forth on a lot of support for the student athlete. This was the student athlete convention.
Right.
And so a number of proposals were passed in support of the student athlete. And then, of course, there was the beginning reports of some major things that are going to happen next year on the restructuring of all of the NCAA. That's going to be significant. Watch it.
All right, Dr. Wickenheiser, we do indeed appreciate that. Now, we mentioned the 75th anniversary celebration.
Right.
What's coming up? What can we look forward to in that regard?
Well, it's going to be exciting because we're bringing back the Final Four team from 25 years ago, which included Bob Lanier, of course. So we're going to celebrate both the 75th anniversary of our basketball athletic program and also the 25th anniversary of being in the Final Four. And it was nice finding out when I was out in San Diego that, as Bob said, everyone claimed that we would have won that Final Four had he not undergone the injury just prior to the game. But we'll, of course, celebrate with an alumni game the night before, the game against Duquesne the next day in the afternoon, followed by a reception after that, and then a major banquet that evening here in town in the Armory.
Looking forward to all of that. Dr. Wickenheiser, thank you for your time. Hope you enjoyed the second half as much as you did the first.
Let's keep that graphic, as you called it. I'll settle for 2 points, okay?
Okay.
Thank
You'll
you
settle
very
for
much.
2. Dr. Robert Wickenheiser, President, St. Bonaventure University, back with more of our halftime for you in just a moment on the Empire Sports Network.
Hi, this is Steve Hyder, inviting you to join me Friday night at 7 o'clock for What's on Tap with Steve Hyder. You know, there's so much going on in and around Syracuse. We talk to the athletes, the coaches, the players, the media people, everyone who makes it happen here in Central New York. Please join us for What's on Tap with Steve Hyder, Friday night, 7 o'clock, right here on the Empire Sports Network.
Hey, MCI customers. Now MCI advertises 40% savings with Friends and Family 2 Basic, but to get any discount at all, people you call have to be in your circle, and to get the big savings, they also have to be MCI customers. You even have to pay $36 a year in fees, so you never get 40% off your total MCI bill. Your average savings is only 13%. Make it easy on yourself. Switch to AT&T and get true USA savings. Just spend $25 a month on AT&T calls, and we subtract 20% from your total AT&T bill. Call now and save 20% to anyone, anytime, anywhere in the USA. Guaranteed. Fact is, 4 out of 5 Friends and Family 2 Basic customers will save more with True USA savings. So call 1-800-PIC-ATT now. Switching's free, and you'll save 20%. Talk about net savings. Call now.
Your true voice.
35-33, the halftime score. St. Bonaventure with the lead over the University of Massachusetts Minutemen. And as we told you, nobody was going to think that we'd be at this point of the game and that St. Bonaventure would have a lead. But a key to all of this tonight again, Jim, has been, respecting the opponent, but showing respect for yourself also and going after them.
You know, what happened in the beginning of the game, Bonaventure couldn't make a shot. They fell down early just by trying to take threes all the time. All of a sudden, David Vanderpool almost on his own said, hey, I'm going to take it to the basket, create some things. He did, and all of a sudden, Bonnie's just started to flow, and their defense turned it around really midway through the first half.
Big transition points. Marcus Camby, of course, the big offensive story in the first half. Yep, 15 points in total. Some of them from, let's say, very close range.
Yeah, like this one here from about 8 feet above the rim going down through. He is a fantastic basketball player, and we saw this about the first 2 plays of the game, really, when he got alley-oop dunks and got one later on, too.
Yep, that alley-oop from Mike Williams. St. Bonaventure's David Vanterpool with 13 points to lead them here through the first half. Beautiful move here. He got a step, manages to find his way and snake it through the lane and get it over the front rim.
David Vanterpool really has improved so much, even from last year when you watch him. He seems so under control when he's out on the court. He's the born leader of this team. There's no question of that. He took this team right on his shoulders.
Then there was the nice sweep move on the right baseline by Shandu McNeil. That was a thing of beauty.
Now you know why they say Shandu can do when he takes that floater on the baseline.
So Shandu McNeil with a total of 3 fouls, but 6 points and 3 fouls, very critical. Let's take a look at what's upcoming for you, college basketball here at Empire Sports Network. Rice against Houston, that will be coming up for you tomorrow night. Doubleheader for you on Thursday, Fairfield against St. Peter's, then the women's game, Niagara against St. Peter's. Saturday, a triple header. Syracuse at Pitt from the Big East. Out of the Pac-10, both Arizona State and Cal, and Oregon against Oregon State. Continuing on that schedule, St. Joe's against Temple from the Atlantic 10, Alabama Birmingham against Marquette, Wichita State versus Drake, then Texas A&M against Rice, Virginia Commonwealth against James Madison. You'll see UMass again on January 19th going against Rhode Island. Also, West Virginia against Rutgers at noon on the 21st. That afternoon, later on, St. Bonaventure against Canisius. That evening, Old Dominion against William and Mary. The following day, on Sunday, Duquesne against George Washington, Niagara against Fairfield, and the Canisius women against Fairfield. Basketball, basketball, and more basketball. We'll be back with more in just a moment on the Empire Sports Network.
Welcome to the real world.
18,000 students, 32 nationalities, 6 races, 2 sexes, 1 campus.
Hey, let's see your ID. Now let us see your ID. Information is power. Call security now!
What's the matter?
Time to raise a body.
Stop it!
No! Higher Learning, a film by John Singleton, rated R, at theaters Wednesday.
For over 25 years, our independently owned and operated stores have been your convenient food marts, and we'd like to thank you by introducing our new Savers Club card. Now you'll enjoy even deeper discounts. Not only at convenient food marts, you'll also save on tickets to major sports events, movies, gasoline, and products from your favorite retail stores. The Savers Club card is absolutely free. Get yours instantly the next time you visit your neighborhood convenient food mart. The Savers Club card. Our thanks to you for making us your convenient food mart.
The people who helped bring you this telecast tonight, well, certainly the heads of the affair. John Regas, who is the president of Adelphia Cable, the Empire Sports Network, there in the sweater, and the president of the Empire Sports Network and general manager, Ron Berdovich, the former Atlantic 10 conference commissioner. I was talking with John Calipari earlier, asking him if he missed Ron being in there as head of the A10, and he said, no, not at all.
As a matter of fact, no, not at all.
And there is no hesitation.
Interesting. No.
Let's take a look at the first half stats. And we do have it on tape if we have to show that later on. The shooting percentages, well, St. Bonaventure getting a lot of shots. Key number 1 there, and being at the line, too.
Well, you look at the rebounds and you look at the turnovers, 2 battles that Bonnie's won. Out-rebounding UMass 22-18 and having less turnovers 12-8. So they've done a great job in both areas. They have to do a better job on the free throw line, and their three-point field goal percentage is obviously very poor, so they've got to knock some of those down. But they just have to have the effort. They know that UMass is going to come after them to start the half here. They're going to bring their big people in, try to get it inside. They're going to have to go full blast from the opening tip to stay in this one.
Top scorers for each side. Yeah, Marcus Camby with 15. Edgar Padilla getting that last breakaway after the steal for 8 points. For St. Bonaventure, David Vanterpool with 13 points, and Shandu McNeil with 6.
But as you mentioned earlier, though, Peter, Shandu McNeil with 3 personal fouls on him, if he gets his 4th, Bonnies are in deep trouble, especially if it's early. Trouble.
All right, we'll be back with the start of second half action. St. Bonaventure leads 35-33 over the top-ranked Minutemen of the University of Massachusetts. We'll return to the Riley Center in just a moment on the Empire Sports Network.
Join Empire Sports Network every Saturday morning at 10 o'clock as future PBA champions get their start on Pepsi Funtime Junior Bowling. Coming each week from many of the finest bowling establishments in Western New York, youngsters from 8 to 18 compete for fun and prizes. Brought to you by Pepsi and the Western New York Bowling Proprietors.
The way to not win in tennis is to think too much about your opponent. Because in tennis, you don't just play the opponent. You've got to play the ball. It's how you play the ball that determines whether your shot is in or out. Whether the point is won or lost. Play the ball better than your opponent, and you'll play winning tennis. Now, you can play the ball and win with this double offer from Tennis Magazine. You'll receive a free half-hour video by Tennis Magazine instruction editor Vic Braden, plus a full year, 12 issues of Tennis Magazine. Call this number now and change the way you play tennis. What a combination. The How to Play Winning Tennis with Vic Braden video, plus the magazine that brings more instruction to more tennis players than any other.
Call 800-351-5300 for a full year of Tennis Magazine plus this free video. Just $16.77. Call 800-351-5300 now.
If you want to talk sports, we give you the forum. Fan Forum, Monday nights at 7 on Empire Sports Network. Your home for the best programming in sports. That's Fan Forum with Bob Kaczynski, Monday nights at 7 o'clock. Well, 35-33. Jim Barron using that clipboard and the grease pencil.
He's going to wear that baby out tonight. He won't be sitting down very much in the second half either. This is a huge effort in the first half for Bonnies, but you have to remember there's 40 minutes of the basketball game and not 20. What remains to be seen is whether they can extend this toward the 40-minute mark. You know UMass can. And you know UMass is going to come after him hard right off the bat.
UMass one loss, that at Kansas, after knocking off the defending national champion Arkansas Razorbacks in the opening game of the season.
To John Calipari and the UMass team, Bonnies looks like the Razorbacks right now, the way they're playing. Aggressiveness, rebounding, shooting the ball.
And we're underway with the second half. Dingle, Kellogg wants the motion. Pete Weber with Jim Saddlein, Don McClain at the Riley Center in Olean, New York. Kellogg, Dingle, Rowe trying to get free, does. Turns and scores.
Guess who's back?
Lou Rowe, yes.
You can be sure at halftime John Calipari said, hey, let's get the big fella in, get the ball down to him, and let's find out what he's going to do.
Just his third and fourth points of the game right there. We have a tie score. Shandu McNeil.
Bonnies have to be very careful to not be happy or satisfied that they played real well for 20 minutes. They've got to work just as hard the second half as they did the first half.
And recapture their rhythm in terms of being smooth on offense and not try to force.
Yep.
Shelton turned away from a double and bangs it home.
Big-time game so far for Sidney Shelton.
Camby comes back, can't hit from the outside. V. Nelson Richards to McNeil. Quackenbush on the transition. Around Camby and scores.
That's exactly what Bonaventure needed to start the half. Get the crowd back in the game. Get some enthusiasm here. John Calipari not happy with the events in the first 2 minutes here of the second half.
A lob low for Rowe. Finger roll, no. Dingle rebound and follow, yes.
Lou Rowe and Sidney Shelton exchanging pleasantries.
Into McNeil.
What happened was Dana Dingle got an offensive rebound down there because Vanderpool was out of position, didn't box him out, afraid to get another personal foul. UMass is relentless on the offensive board. You always have to get a body on them.
Vanderpool called for traveling. Jim Barron all over the official, Reggie Greenwood.
And it's doorbell number 50.
Let's take a look at it.
Along with Dante Bright.
Vanderpool as Dingle came over.
That's caused, though, by knowing that Marcus Camby is looking at him right in the face.
Sure.
There's no place to go.
UMass trails by 2. Norville turns and scores and ties.
Quackenbush needs to get a hand in his face. Norville, only a freshman, but going to knock down that 12-footer as well as anyone.
Tied at 39. Vanderpool looking for Quackenbush to swing over. Then goes the other way. Reverses the corner. Nelson Richards doesn't hit the tray. Vanderpool offensive rebound. No foul. Ball still off the glass. Vanderpool this time draws one.
What an effort by David Vanderpool. My goodness, he's playing like he's 6'9 or 6'10 on the boards.
I was just going to compare him to David Thompson.
Wow. Talk about an effort. Great pass, first of all. Richards gets a clear look at the three. Doesn't go, but guess who gets the rebound? Nice head fake. Looking for the foul. Doesn't happen. Stays with it. Gets banged again and is going to go to the foul line for a deuce.
Third foul for Dante Bright. He goes to the bench.
Jim Barron brings back in Rashawn Palmer.
Rashawn Palmer takes over for Nee Nelson Richards.
Dave Vanderpool, shooter.
Vanderpool, 5 of 8 from the line tonight. Now another substitution, Jerome Spellman. He'll take over for Sidney Shelton. A look at the UMass bench. Number 45, Jerome Spellman, the sophomore out of Richmond. 2:34 gone in the second half. Vanderpool misses another. 1 point, Bonnie's lead. Williams tipped by Vanderpool to Kellogg. He throws up a prayer and an air ball at that. And going over everybody and hard to the floor as well is Dana Dingle.
Michael Williams on the beginning of the play got away with the travel, a little hop step right there. Kellogg a little out of control trying to go up and over. And then Dana Dingle gets caught.
There's the streak
with the
pattern.
breakaway. Great pass out of bounds.
Outstanding. Shandu McNeil converts. Bonnie's back up by 3.
Bonnie slide into the 1-2-2 matchup zone. See what UMass looks to do with that.
Which I think works better with Camby on the side.
Yes, yes.
Dingle outside. Kellogg lost the ball. Who's going to pick it up? Lou Rowe. 9 on the shot clock. Williams takes the tray. Oh, what a brick. Shandu McNeil. Quackenbush. Norville committed to it. Now McNeil.
Great pass inside.
Beautiful. They don't convert. Williams gets it for UMass and starts it back up.
Quackenbush might be tired. Tried to finish it with a dunk and couldn't do it.
Dingle goes inside. Spellman was right there, and he's going to be called for the hack.
Great pass by Williams as he penetrates through and kicks it in. Dingle takes it hard to the basket.
Camby comes back into the game, so too does Padilla. Williams and Norville go to the side. Nelson Richards and Shelton come in for St. Bonaventure. Here again that play with McNeil cutting inside. Nice pass Quackenbush, but no finish.
Yeah, Quackenbush should have taken it hard and used the backboard or else tried to dunk it.
Dingle, no. He's nothing, or rather 1 out of 3 now at the line tonight.
Nothing particularly going right now for the UMass Minutemen. They're going to have to back it up and start playing better defense and score some points off their defense.
Missed them both. Nelson Richards a rebound. Keep in mind, St. Bonaventure, you might say, playing better than they have all year. UMass, number 1 in the country, obviously not playing up to their standards, and just a 3-point game. No foul called on that. Luro starts it back to Padilla.
Rashawn Palmer again has to understand that that might not be the shot that you need at this time.
Camby with the drive. 17 for Marcus Canby.
Not bad for somebody 6'11" who can take it from the top of the key, go hard to the hole and avoid the charge.
He is just so smooth. St. Bonaventure's lead is 1 after that dribble drive by Canby.
Every possession is a big possession for St. Bonaventure.
Shandu McNeil. And a foul going to the floor in the lane of Shelton. And it goes against Lou Rowe.
Lou Rowe and Sidney Shelton have really been banging each other really the whole game, and now they run through as Lou Rowe didn't like the call. Sure, we'll get a chance to take a look at it a little bit later.
15:23 to go in regulation. St. Bonaventure 42, UMass 41. And you're watching this from the Riley Center in Olean. It's coming your way via the Empire Sports Network.
When I got rid of my gray hair, I wanted a natural look. So I didn't take any chances. I used the sure thing for a natural look called Just for Men.
Apply Just for Men, and in 5 minutes, rinse. It's specially timed to blend away gray, bring back your natural look, and condition hair.
It's a sure thing.
Just for Men, the sure thing for a natural look. And now try Just for Men Color Gel for the hard-to-color hair of mustaches and beards. Brush in, rinse out. Just 5 minutes.
Tune in to Empire Sports Network Saturdays at 11 o'clock as the area's finest kegglers roll off to crown the champion on Topps TV Bowling Challenge. Brian Blessing and Mike Haynes bring all the action into your living room as the top amateurs vie for the title of the region's best. Brought to you by Topps, Conbo, and the Tonawanda Bowling Center.
Jim Barrett in the St. Bonaventure University huddle, talking things over with his club, leading it by 1, 42-41. Don't miss the newest sports news in town for the most up-to-date scores and highlights. Watch Press Box exclusively on Empire Sports Network. Check your local listings for the starting times in your area. They have a lot to cheer about at the Riley
They sure
Center.
do, and there's a lot of people here cheering too. Very impressive crowd to watch the #1 ranked team in the country.
I'm trying to find an unoccupied area.
I don't see any right now. This is a great crowd. In fact, it's overflowing on the ends. Don't tell the fire marshal that.
No.
Might be in trouble.
Well, he's here.
Oh.
Sitting down at the ends. Vanderpool. E. Nelson Richards. Rashawn Palmer. There are some young players who really have matured in this game. Nelson Richards gets it back, playing some two-man game to the hole, and it drops. E. Nelson Richards working in concert with Jerome Spellman. St. Bonaventure by 3 again.
Bonnies are keeping the pressure on UMass, coming down and making some key baskets just when it looks like UMass might be able to make a run on them. Bonnies go back to the 2-3 zone.
They're having very good offensive possessions. Padilla swings it to Rowe. Dingle. Shot clock is down at 10. Padilla takes the tray. Canby gets the rebound. Now Williams, after the reset, they can be patient. Williams was left alone by Vanderpool. No. Dingle, the offensive board, and the score.
Rashawn Palmer on the weak side forgot to box out. Cost them a deuce. They are relentless, Massachusetts, on the offensive board. They got so many people that could really hurt you there.
Nelson Richards lost the ball but retrieves. Kellogg waiting to come back in for UMass. Quackenbush for St. Bonaventure. A 1-point St. Bonaventure advantage. The shot clock down to 11. Vanderpool to the block and Shelton. Shelton turns against a double team, turns it across the key. Now Nelson Richards. No. Big offensive rebound and a follow by Rashawn Palmer.
That gets Palmer back in the game. He got slapped on the head, but he's got to shake that off and get back into the play.
His first 2 points.
That's how you make up for a mistake at the other end of the court by not boxing out, by getting to the offensive board here.
And he did so immediately.
Yep.
Williams out for Padilla. Rowe gets the ball as Vanderpool dropped back in that zone. Ball tipped away. Who comes up with it? Still a scramble. Williams for UMass.
The longer the Bonaventure stays in this game, the more the pressure reverts to UMass. Bonnie's stayed in a lot longer than anybody expected.
Look at that! Palmer with 4.
David Vanderpool with a great look up at the court. Rashawn Palmer sneaks out.
Canby lost it in the post, got it back, no walk. Padilla. Never see 6,000 people signal travel before. Blocked there by Spellman. Now to Rowe, and he scores.
Bonnies are doing an awful lot of good things, but UMass has so many weapons, and you block the shot on the big 6'11" Canby, and yet then Rowe gets the easy one, lays it in.
David Vanderpool running the show. He wants a timeout. He gets it. 12:28 to go. With the score, St. Bonaventure 48, UMass 47. You're watching all the action from Olean on Empire Sports Network.
It's the best spot to find out what's going on in the world of sports. The press box on top of all the action. Highlights, scores, interviews, and the inside scoop on the deals of the day. Tune into the box.
Tonight at 12:30 on Empire Sports Network.
Hey sports fans, Bob Kaczynski here reminding you to give me a call Monday nights live at 7 for Fan Forum. Now the Bills are out of the playoffs, you say. That may be so, but plenty of football action still to take place, and we're here to take your calls right up to Super Bowl 29 going on in Miami. Myself, a media guest, we're here to take your calls live every Monday night, 827-3888, the number to call, as we're here to talk about the football playoffs and who's going to end up in Super Bowl 29. Give us a call Monday nights live at 7 o'clock right here on the Empire Sports Network.
So if you think my highlights are great, just wait till you see the ones on the show. St. Bonaventure leads this by 1. Let's look at some others from the Atlantic 10. George Washington with 2.5 to go up by 4 on University of Rhode Island. West Virginia, 2:20 left over St. Joe, 66-62. And Temple Duquesne. Duquesne with the lead by 2 with 1:10 to go. St. Bonaventure with the ball, a 1-point lead. Pete Weber, Jim Saddle, and Don McLean from the Riley Center in Olean. This building had never had a number 1 team in the country visit. Well, they have tonight, and that team to this point is trailing. David Vanderpool, Nee Nelson Richards, Shandu McNeil back in the lineup now. Puts up the 3, short, and the rebound coming down to Dante Bright. He takes it all the way. A try for the block by Quackenbush doesn't go. Now the long outlet, tipped up in the air, battle for it, taken back by Derek Kellogg. Padilla outside Kellogg straight away. St. Bonaventure to get those hands up.
A couple mistakes by Bonaventure. Shandu McNeil goes deep with a 3 when they probably didn't need it. And then Sidney Shelton tries to go long ball. And at this point in time, they just got to make sure every possession is so important. They handle the possession, get a good shot every time, go from there. They're doing a great job on defense against this UMass team.
Look to Kellogg. Dante Bright. Tripped was Canby. The ball through the legs of Quackenbush, out of bounds to UMass.
Bonnie's just haven't been able to come up with a loose ball the last couple times down. Those are the kind of things that are going to make a difference on whether or not they can win or lose this basketball game.
You can only speculate that fatigue could be the cause for some of that.
Absolutely.
Bright, flat trajectory. And finally controlled by Vanderpool to McNeil. Tumbling down to the floor, Nelson Richards on the left, gets back up, launches a tray, in and out, Quackenbush.
Well, Quackenbush again makes a little mistake at the other end of the court, gets to the offensive board here, and makes UMass pay.
Dante Bright. Canby dealt off for weeks. Good movement.
Beautiful, beautiful high-low pass. Beautiful high-low pass in from Canby into Weeks. on the inside.
Tyrone Weeks got his first 2. Rowe comes in for Weeks. And now Rashawn Palmer will take over for Nelson Richards.
John Calipari not even happy with the fact that Weeks got the basket here. What he's upset is that he didn't box out on the defensive end. He never got a body on Quackenbush right there in the middle. Quackenbush turned it into a deuce.
St. Bonaventure up 1. 11 minutes to go in regulation. What a story being written here tonight, no matter the final outcome. Palmer, Quackenbush, St. Bonaventure being much more deliberate this possession. McNeil, outside Palmer, and Padilla took it right away from him. Palmer, important not to foul. He did, and it's going to be goaltending.
Well, that's not a bad play by Palmer, though. He got stripped at this end, but to get back and make sure he doesn't get an uncontested layup, not a bad play.
Look at this. UMass for the first leads at 6:01 of the first half. Padilla with 10.
Now we'll see if Bonaventure, what they've got left at this point in time. First time they've gone behind. They've been able to answer the call almost every time. Let's see if they can do it here.
Palmer. Don't take anything for granted. McNeil thought about it. So did Quackenbush. It's Vanderpool. Yes!
They answered. Great offensive set for the Bonnies as they hit the open man with the extra pass.
With the tray, 2-point lead for the Bonnies. Wrap it in for Rowe. It would have counted. And a foul is called, I believe, on Shelton. Yes, it is Shelton. Sidney Shelton with his third.
Sidney Shelton having a career game tonight against Lou Rowe.
Rowe with 6 points.
Time for Lou Rowe to step to the plate also. He's done that the last few times down the court. He's an All-American. He's got to prove to people exactly why he is.
Spellman in for Shelton as he goes to the bench with 3, and Rowe makes the first foul shot.
I'll tell you what, UMass has played in a lot of tough places this year, but this is going to be as tough as any of them, as close as it is in 6,000 and plus here, screaming and hollering, rooting the home team on.
Oh, yeah. Shandu McNeil.
McNeil's done a great job not collecting his 4th foul. With 9 to go.
Quackenbush to help out Vanderpool. Quackenbush with Canby coming out on him. That's important too.
Yep, keep Canby away from the board. Quackenbush can take that jumper.
Vanderpool scrambles into the shot clock. A block there by Padilla. Padilla takes the pass, goes off the glass. Rebound Rowe, and he's fouled.
Padilla has made 2 big-time defensive plays. One on a steal off of Palmer. Gets in to make the layup. Here he blocks Vanderpool's jumper. Comes down and misses a little jumper there. But Rowe's got a chance for 2.
And don't forget his steal at the end of the first half to make it a 2-point game.
That's right. Here we see the block by Padilla. Vanderpool didn't see him coming.
Rowe hits his first free throw. Jerome Spellman with 4 fouls. Gets them both. Nelson Richards
tired.
Oh, yeah.
Break. Nelson Richards comes in the game. Bonnie's down a deuce with 9:22.
Shandu McNeil against Kellogg. Got the opening. Underneath, knocked out of bounds by UMass.
Interesting in the first half, Pete. Bonnies were in the 10 foul limit with about 10 minutes to go in the half. Here, both teams only have 3.
Nelson Richards had a nice pass in.
Smart play by Shandu McNeil as he almost grabbed the ball from the official to get the play started. As UMass said, they're back to the offensive man.
Padilla with his 3rd foul. That could be a big one.
Yep, Shandu McNeil is really another coach on the floor as he can see everything. Regardless if he's only 6'5", see him grab the ball. Nobody else is ready. He sees that Richards is there and he grabs the ball.
That's our special subterranean camera angle to pick that up. The first one goes clang. Nelson Richards, 1 of 3 from the line. Dingle takes over for Dante Bright. 1.66 junior in for the other. Nee Nelson Richards looking for his 7th and gets it. 1 point game, UMass 55-54. Williams caught on his hip as he turned in off the left wing. Nee Nelson Richards commits it. That's his 2nd according to our records.
Neither team even close to the 1-1 as 14 fouls on each.
Which is remarkable with the intensity of the defense that's been played.
Yeah, it really has. The first half was called much tighter, but second half, nothing.
Kellogg. Williams. Now Canby. Spellman had to come out. He committed. And then Canby came in and no shot. A foul beforehand at Spellman. Well, that'll take care of him.
Spellman really made a poor choice at that point. You're going to let Canby take a 15 or 17-foot jump shot. Certainly don't want to go up in the air and try and block the shot. But Spellman actually has played very well tonight. Played very, very well.
8:55 left and Spellman disqualified.
Good effort by Spellman. His first huge test. And what a test it is against the likes of Marcus Canby and Lewis Rowe.
UMass up by 1, huddling around John Calipari. We'll be back with more in just a moment from the Riley Center.
At the Discovery Channel, we go to extraordinary lengths to tell extraordinary stories. So if we see it, you see it. The Discovery Channel. Explore your world.
For over 25 years, our independently owned and operated stores have been your convenient food marts, and we'd like to thank you by introducing our new Savers Club card. Now you'll enjoy even deeper discounts. Not only at convenient food marts, you'll also save on tickets to major sports events, movies, gasoline, and products from your favorite retail stores. The Savers Club card is absolutely free. Get yours instantly the next time you visit your neighborhood convenient food mart. The Savers Club card. Our thanks to you for making us your convenient food mart.
Hi, I'm Ed Kilgore. Here's what happened last week on Pros and Cons.
Frankly, I'm sick and tired of that because it shows that Pittsburgh has a scheme in the system and Coward talks about it.
But they have players, Art.
It doesn't matter if you have players, all right?
Sure it matters. It matters a lot.
Well, the most important thing is not, Corey's gone.
So join Art, Larry, myself, and our guest Pete Lonergan for Pros and Cons Wednesday at 7 here on the Empire Sports Network.
We apologize for the error. Timeout was not taken. And Quackenbush tried to tap the ball away. Goes right into our monitor. As he comes right in. He was trying to give Don McLean a good deal on a TV set. Drop it right in his lap. UMass the lead by 1. Canby gave off to Dingle unselfishly. Quackenbush got a piece of it. Nee Nelson Richards to the floor, a la Goose Tatum.
I'll tell you what, that's a great effort by Nee Nelson Richards because it didn't look like any way in the world they could get that defensive rebound. He just scrapped and fought and got it.
Vanderpool outside. UMass up by a point. The shot clock is down to 13 from the time St. Bonaventure, of course, took possession. Shannon McNeil driving around Quackenbush. Has to wrap it back out for the St. Bonaventure postman. With 3 seconds to go, that prayer was almost answered. Taken back by Shelton, turns on Rowe. No, but Vanderpool got it to drop.
A huge effort from Shelton and David Vanderpool.
Bona back up by 1, 56-55. Canby takes it back, 57-56. That was quick. Canby can do that. .7:27 regulation. Shelton looking. And Ruro out there on him. Nelson Richards used Quackenbush, didn't have a shot. Shandu McNeil takes the tray. No, follow. Quackenbush can't get to it. Lureau rebounds, starts it back up to Derek Kellogg. Williams outside that arc. Tried the bounce pass, and a violation called as they turned inside. We have the officials' timeout here, yes. We will take it. Yeah, with 7:06 to go. UMass 57, St. Bonaventure 56. We'll be back with some more frenetic basketball action on the Empire Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Don Beebe.
And I'm Jim Hanley.
And we both make a living catching things.
That's right. Each week you can see Don catching the long ball thrown by Jim Kelly.
And now you can watch on Mondays Jim here catching big bass with a lot of sports celebrities around the New York area.
That's right. Every Monday night right here on the Empire Sports Network at 6 o'clock. Don't miss it.
.706 to go. The weapons we've talked about. Here's Mike Williams off to Camby. How many times have you seen this over the course of the year and tonight as well?
One side, here's the other. As Vanderpool gets to the offensive board, knocks it in. I'm sure Jim Barron looks at it and thinks, hey, 7 minutes to go, down one. Got to be very happy with the position we're in.
Williams can't score. Camby follows. Not soft enough. Shelton pulls it down and makes sure he has control.
Sidney Shelton doing a yeoman job on the boards. Camby with a great offensive rebound. Couldn't get it to drop. It's been that kind of a night for the UMass Minutemen.
Vanderpool rejected Camby. Remember, UMass had a 20-block night against West Virginia. McNeil. Now to Quackenbush. The tray. No. Padilla got the rebound.
Not so sure that's the kind of shot they needed at that particular time. They still had some time on the shot clock.
Up in the air. Trapped against the board. Bright, no. Canby, no. Canby with the left hand scoring.
Size is a major factor coming down the stretch. And I think you're going to see Bonnie's a little tired right now.
A 3-point lead for UMass.
Crowd is trying to muster some strength for the Bonnies as they do look a little tired at this point.
Shandu McNeil. This is Vanderpool from Quackenbush. Back outside McNeil. Quackenbush, the outside shot, it goes!
They've answered every time. It looks like there's something going to be happening on UMass's side. A different Bonnie is answered. Quackenbush with a big three.
Tied at 59. There haven't been too many people in their seats here tonight at the Riley Center.
I don't think anybody's left yet.
Rowe, no. A foul underneath. Dante Bright, his fourth.
UMass has attacked the offensive board the last 4 or 5 minutes, and it certainly showed in their effort. But right there, Dante Bright gets caught going over the back. Neither team in 1-on-1 yet. Both teams have 5 team fouls. There's the shot by Rowe in the middle. Pretty good look. Dante Bright just goes right over the top of Vanderpool.
Bright just was not going to be denied, but he got the foul called against him.
UMass decides not to exert any full court pressure. Comes down to play. Straight man-to-man. Lureau looking to guard Quackenbush now.
Shandu McNeil, who has played a long time with 3 fouls, all in the first half. Vanderpool. Quackenbush hit the big tray last time. Out for Nelson Richards. Back to Quackenbush. 10 on the shot clock. And oh my! Padilla came up. Ends up smacking Shelton onto his backside. Padilla with his fourth.
No good chance for Padilla because he might as well take a shot at it. Padilla's third. No, it's fourth. I'm sorry. It's fourth foul.
Another slippery spot on the floor. and the sweat is coming off these players. They are working and working very
coming
hard.
from the players or the fans or you and everybody else at press row. This has been a spine tingler and a great one right from the beginning.
Vanderpool in for Shandu McNeil. Vanderpool gave up the dribble. Here's Shelton. Tried to give it right back. Almost lost it off the dribble. Taken away from him by Dante Bright. UMass looking to take another lead.
Bonnie's staying in the zone, forcing UMass to look to go up top. We're at the 4.5-minute mark.
Again, St. Bonaventure very effective doing this with Canby on the bench. That was deflected, brought in by Vanderpool. Quackenbush breaking ahead of the crowd. He waited, he shot, didn't score. Back now comes Derek Kellogg.
Talk about an emotional roller coaster.
The ball thrown out of bounds by Bright.
Up and down, up and down, up and down. Quackenbush makes a great fake at the other end, can't get it to go. UMass throws it away at this end of the court. The pressure has shifted squarely on the Minutemen at this point.
This game is going into the lore of Western New York college basketball.
Well, it could. It could certainly be the greatest win in St. Bonaventure regular season history. But there's a long, long way to go, and the experienced team is the one in the red.
You see how much time. Quackenbush on Canby. Back out McNeil. Shot clock's at 15. Nelson Richards in traffic, yes! 61-59, St. Bonaventure.
Me, Nelson Richards. Every Bonaventure player has stepped up at some time in this game and made a big play. Let's see if UMass can do the same.
Rowe. Williams can't score the three. Canby over the top of Shelton. Marcus Canby. Let's take a look at this over the back.
That's definitely over the back. Great box out by Sidney Shelton. Michael Williams just not able to hit the three. Got a good look at it, just couldn't quite get it to go down.
Dante Bright in for Dingle.
We talked about the foul shooting being such an important part of this game, and when it comes down to the end, Bonnies are going to be forced to make some free throws if they want to continue to keep this lead. You look at Bonnies from the free throw line, Sidney Shelton, a 70% foul shooter. Really, nobody on the Bonnies is a bad free throw shooter, 68 being the lowest. 65 Quackenbush, excuse me. So,
which represents a large improvement from last year's
absolutely,
club.
Absolutely. But to be 68 with this kind of pressure on you might be a different story, too.
Well, Shelton is 2 out of 2. Everybody in this building should have their hearing checked in a couple of weeks' time. The miss, battle for it. Williams comes up with it for UMass.
UMass has to have a good set right now. There's no rush, there's plenty of time left. They don't need a three. I would look to see them go inside to Rowe or Canby.
Kellogg got the step, lost it to McNeil. John Calipari, his hands on his head for a moment.
Kellogg trying to make something happen by driving from the top, but an eternity left here, 3 minutes to go. Bonnie's holding on to a 3-point lead.
Nelson Richards.
This place is loud, Peter.
Never louder. Shelton.
Oh my! Goodness gracious!
How many candles did he light?
It's one.
Timeout. 2:43 to go. That was worth of plenary indulgence. 64-59. St. Bonaventure leads UMass. We'll be back in just a moment on the Empire Sports Network.
Hello, I'm Tom Kite, and I'd like to tell you about a magazine that takes you where the news is breaking. Golf World, the #1 news magazine in golf. Golf World brings you in-depth coverage of all major tournaments more than 40 times a year. weekly during peak season.
Get more than 40 news-breaking issues for just $23.77, 40% off the regular subscription price. Order now and get 10 swings from the tour free with your paid subscription. Call 800-626-3200. That's 800-626-3200.
Let's take a look at Shelton. I referred to the religious experience. He had to have participated in one for this to drop.
To bank that baby home is just unbelievable. I don't think I've ever heard the crowd in this place as crazy as it is right now.
And you were here as player and coach. And for an NIT championship club, St. Bonaventure ranked 92nd in the Sagarin ratings this week. UMass, of course, number 1. And St. Bonaventure up by 5.
Now can they hold on? That's the key. You know UMass is going to make a big run at him right now.
Edgar Padilla to Lou Rowe. Dana Dingle. Mike Williams. They want a good possession. And Rowe is fouled by Shandu McNeil. That's number 4.
Good call by Reggie Greenwood as Shandu McNeil tried to get away with one. But they're still not in the 1-and-1, UMass, which is amazing with 2:29 to go in the ball game.
Out of bounds to UMass.
If you're sitting in the bleachers, you have to stand to watch this one because everybody else is.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar would have to stand to see it. Padilla.
Bonnie's have really stayed with the zone the whole second half. UMass has not been able to knock the 3 down.
Lou Rowe playing outside. Dingle. Now Padilla slipped a bit. Camby, nice look for Rowe. A foul on Quackenbush.
Very good foul, even though it might have been inadvertent by Jeff Quackenbush. He was out of position as UMass went high-low from Camby inside to Lewis Rowe. Rowe's got to knock that baby down, though, and 9 out of 10 times he will. It seems like there's something in the stars here tonight. Rowe's missing some shots he normally never misses, but UMass is not making the 3s. Bonnie's are throwing up some crazy ones that are going in, but effort has a major role in this basketball game.
Lou Rowe has hit 5 consecutive foul shots after missing his first. So much for that string, but they get the offensive rebound. St. Bonaventure up by 4. You see the time remaining.
Big offensive rebound by the Minutemen. Huge to give them another possession at this time.
Padilla the tray.
Bang!
He hits it. Oh my, Padilla.
Bang from 3.
Big time plays.
64-63. We come down. Nothing is easy. That's what Barron is looking at right now.
Oh, you wouldn't want it easy, would you? Vanderpool. 90 seconds left. Vanderpool, the lane was cut off. Shelton. No shot. The foul is on Dana Dingle on the right of the lane.
We talked about that 15-foot stripe playing the role here. Great pick and roll. Pass to the basket. Good call by the official. Foul before time. Sidney Shelton's going to have to knock something down. What a big effort by Padilla at the other end of the court, though. A big-time 3 from about 23.
Front end is good.
That's as high as you'll ever see a free throw go. You see the refuse to lose t-shirt by the UMass Minutemen. They will not go down easy if in fact they go down.
Shelton trying to put his club back up by 3. He does. Shelton with 10. Numerous big plays tonight. Padilla, who's made a few of his own.
Bonnie, stay in the zone, forcing the outside shot. You know they're going to be looking for Padilla or Williams for the 3.
Williams with it, and he bags it.
That's why they're the #1 team in the country. Padilla comes down and gets a big 3, and then Williams comes down to get the big 3 here.
And Williams, his first basket of the night. We are under 1 minute to play with a tie score. That's right, a tie score. It's 66 all. St. Bonaventure and UMass. What a battle. Let's take a look. Mike Williams scoreless in the first half and scrambling around trying to get a shot. Padilla to Williams here, who had combined with Camby several times for slams.
Great defensive effort by Sidney Shelton. Williams just a clutch player to win 6 games with last-second shots. He's looking to make it 7 here tonight. John Calipari's telling him what he wants to do on the defensive end. Jimmy Barron's got a decision at the offensive end. Does he try to go for a quick one? Does he take his time and make sure that it's a good one? Both coaches have some decisions to make at this time.
Unless the shot clock is run down to 1, I don't think that Mr. Barron wants to see any three-point shots taken.
No, he doesn't. But he certainly wants to make sure that he gets an opportunity if they miss one, that UMass can't run it down for the last shot. He'd like at least one more effort to try to win it.
All right. Nee Nelson Richards, Shandu McNeil, David Vanderpool, Dave Queckenbush, Sidney Shelton out for St. Bonaventure.
Sorry, Peter. We might see some pressure right now by UMass, not letting Bonaventure get it in. Nope, they're going to let him get it in. Play the straight man-to-man. Interesting to see who Bonnie's go to. I got to think that David Vanderpool is going to be part of this thing someplace. On the block.
Blocking foul.
Now
Michael Williams can't believe that.
Yep, whether you're 90% foul shooter is still a 90% foul shooter.
This is when it counts the most.
Good call by the official as Vanderpool had a head and shoulder above.
That is his third.
44.2 seconds.
Still only in the 1-and-1 as they have not reached the 10 foul limit yet. Neither team. This is I would venture to guess, David Vanderpool's the biggest fouls in his life.
First one. Doesn't go. Lou Rowe rebounds it.
Well, the one thing the Bonnies can look at is they know they're going to get another crack at the ball. UMass might hold it as long as they can. John Calipari thinking about a timeout, but see what kind of effort defensively Bonnies can come up with as they stay with the man with 25 seconds.
Timeout called. 26.3 to go. Still tied at 66 as Vanderpool missed the front end of that 1-and-1.
You know, you hate to see a missed foul shot at this time of the game really cost any team, especially a young man like David Vanderpool, who's really played his heart out, played a great basketball game. They'd then be remembered as somebody who missed a free throw here. Fortunate part is, now they've got the opportunity to make a big stop on the defensive end and try and see what they can do offensively. On the other hand, John Calipari right now is saying, we got some money players. We got 2 outside shooters who are money players. We got our man 15, Lou Rowe, who can take it to the basket, and we got big Marcus Camby. Let's see if we can get one of those guys active. Maybe not. They don't need a quick shot at this point, obviously. It's about an 8-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock.
How unlikely is this? Who would have figured that in a season in which Canisius College came down and won an Olean for the first time since the early stages of World War II, that St. Bonaventure would play the #1 team in the country so well here tonight?
You know, that's why we talked about earlier, though, Peter. That's why you lace them up every day. That's why you play. That's what these guys practiced every day for St. Bonaventure, to get an opportunity to be tied with 26 seconds to go against the #1 team in the country.
Pete Weber, Jim Sandlin, Don McClain, courtside at the Riley Center in Olean, New York. 6,000 plus fans here. UMass has 18 seconds left on the shot clock. There you see that. A tie score at 66. Williams.
Straight man, a lot of spacing on the UMass team as they're really spreading it out.
Williams going to take the tray. He gets it. 14.1.
A big-time player or not?
He stepped right up. 69-66. McNeil runs it in. Timeout St. Bonaventure.
Timeout will be taken by the Bonnies.
11.4. Michael Williams makes only 2 buckets in the game. They're both trays, and when do they occur? To tie and take the lead.
You talk about pressure shooting. We talked about it 30 seconds ago about the fact that he has won 6 games with last-second shots. We talked about maybe this was number 7. Unfortunately for Jim Barron, we might have been prophetic in that matter. But
They're
Williams
throwing it up.
He's a great clutch player, and he knocks down the 3 when it really counts. You certainly can't minimize the effort that Bonnies have had tonight, and this game is not over yet. They've got an opportunity to put something together on a 3. It'll be interesting to see maybe if John Calipari might try and foul here and not give him the opportunity for the 3. Most coaches do not like to do that at this time of the game, but you never know. UMass knew or knows that they've been an unbelievable battle tonight they've gotten for the Bonnies. But they've come up big when they've had to. Last 3 buckets, all 3s. Padilla, Williams.
Padilla, some big steals. Then coming back the other end to get the big scores. John Calipari, a last minute with the 5 he sends out with 11.4 seconds to go. Well, David Vanderpool is an obvious number 1 choice.
Yeah, he's one, and Lee Nelson Richards can shoot the 3. Quackenbush has made a couple tonight. Even Shandu McNeil will make one.
McNeil looking to play it in. Vanderpool, under 10 seconds.
It goes! On a 3!
It goes!
The tie with under 10! Here comes Williams, look out!
3 seconds. Timeout. No, we're going to
David Vanderpool!
Do you believe it?
We're the 3!
Do you believe this? Unbelievable. Tied at 69.
One of the most incredible shots I think I've ever seen in a clutch situation from a young man who just missed a 1-on-1 earlier.
Yeah, and that's making up for it again. Making up for it. We're going to overtime. Vanderpool. Yep, behind the line as he launched it.
Definitely behind the line. Half a step. What a shot by a very clutch young man.
Well, people have talked about the good old days in Western New York College basketball. Yes, some very great times. You have been part of them. But really bemoaning the fact that they haven't had great moments since. Tonight, a great moment has come here.
Absolutely. This is the best game that St. Bonaventure has played in I won't know how long. I mean, they've played absolutely an unbelievable game. I did see some people go to the exits, honestly. Go to the exits with 11 seconds or 12 seconds to go before Vanderbilt took the shot. I have a feeling either they'll be back in their seats, which have probably already been taken by somebody else at that time, and they're not going to be able to evict them, or they're too embarrassed to walk back into their seats at that time.
They are standing in the doorways. Yeah, there were some people. It was January 3rd, 1993 at Rich Stadium in Orchard Park. Houston had a 35-3 lead on the Buffalo Bills. And many people claim that they never did leave their seats. I'm still trying to account for the empty seats I saw that day.
I'll tell you what, no matter who wins this game, no matter who loses this game, both these teams have really battled tooth and nail all the way down. What an unbelievable effort.
Tremendous pace. All right, we go to overtime. 5 minutes, tied at 69.
How tired are these young men right now on both teams?
I don't think they realize it right now.
No, maybe not.
Lou Rowe. And the ball knocked out of his hands, out of bounds, the ruling. And of course, right there, we also saw an example of why they don't get much practice throwing the ball up for tips anymore, and what can happen.
Jim Barron thought that ball was off Lou Rowe, and you see what Michael Williams does again?
Padilla traveling. Padilla shuffled the feet. John Calipari.
Padilla looking to penetrate through the zone, which I'm sure Coach Calipari would like him to do. He just got a little anxious. Took that step first.
Yep. Shandu McNeil. Outside right, Quackenbush. Nee Nelson Richards. We are in overtime, folks. St. Bonaventure and UMass. Shandu McNeil faked his man Padilla in the air. Doesn't score, Canby rebounds. And Dingle helps push it back to Williams. Padilla will run the show.
Bonnie's again dropped back into the zone. Obviously going to be a little more concerned this trip down with both Padilla and Williams.
Rowe turning and getting it back out. Williams. He missed that one. McNeil the rebound. 2-on-2 now. He pulls it back out. Wisely so.
Nice play by Shandu McNeil.
Quackenbush to Vanderpool. He needs people on Quackenbush. At the arc line.
A little slippery at that end of the court, as you know. Mainly because the players are perspiring fiercely here near the end. 12 on the shot clock.
Shandu McNeil with Padilla on him. He has 4 fouls, does McNeil. It drops! And he's going to go to the line.
I don't know how many more times this crowd can be as emotional as it is. They have gone up and down, up and down, up and down. Shandu McNeil with a great one-on-one move against a good defensive player in Padilla.
And Padilla is out of the game.
What that does is bring in Kellogg, who's a very good player, but he's not a three-point shooter. It takes out a real three-point shooter.
John Calipari pulling his players over, and they say, if you want to do this, you got to take a timeout. He said, play is continuing.
John Calipari didn't really want to put Kellogg in the game that quickly. He wanted the full minute to talk to his team, but when they made the substitution, referee Tom Lopes said, hey, as long as you made the substitution, you don't get the full minute. Jim Barron likes that. He'll be sipping something a little more bubbly tonight if they ever hang on to this lead.
If he has the strength.
That's right.
Shandu McNeil trying to put St. Bonaventure up by 3. He does. A 3-point edge. Still a lot of time left in this overtime. Bright to the hole on the runner. No. Quackenbush gets the rebound. Vanderpool.
Vanderpool with a great box out on the defensive end on Marcus Canby. He's able to muster up enough strength to run after the ball, catch it. We'll see what the Bonnies do here.
McNeil tries the tray. Air ball and out of bounds to UMass. Dingle back in for Bright.
A little bit of an ill-advised 3 at that time by Shandu McNeil, but he's played a wonderful basketball game. I think he tried to see if he could put a little nail in the coffin.
Very difficult to fault anybody tonight.
Oh my goodness.
Rowe in traffic, off for Canby.
Tell you why Canby's tired, because he didn't dunk that one.
Yeah.
He laid it in.
He has
Everybody's
23.
tired right now. Yep. Everybody's tired right now.
Bonnie's lead by 1. Vanderpool with Quackenbush coming out to take it. Shelton, what a game he's had. McNeil, shot clock at 15. Quackenbush. McNeil has some room, goes in on Dingle. Other baseline. Vanderpool! Vanderpool with 25. St. Bonaventure by 4.
I think David Vanderpool might be on some sports highlights tonight.
Good chance. Williams back out. Kellogg looking for Rowe. Shelton tried to front him and fouled him.
Not a bad foul, though.
That's his
Not
fourth.
a bad foul. It gives Lou Rowe a chance to go to the foul line with 1-1.
Rowe goes to the line. Rowe missed his last foul shot in regulation, and it's 1 in bonus. Drills that one.
Yep. Each team has 1 timeout left for the last 2:08 here. I would imagine both of them will use them.
Nee Nelson Richards can't come in yet. And that finally drops down for him. Now the substitution allowed.
And we see some heavy pressure by UMass. Vanderpool, Shandu McNeil, Nee Nelson Richards are really going to have to handle the ball.
Quackenbush helps.
This man is going to be exhausted right here, David Vanderpool.
He watches out for Williams behind. Took it all the way in low. Under 2 minutes to play in this overtime period. St. Bonaventure leading by 2. Some fancy work out there for Kellogg to avoid the foul. Vanderpool, can you stop him? I don't know. Here's Nelson Richards. 11 seconds on the shot clock. Shelton inside. Offensive foul is called. That'll do it for Sidney Shelton. That could be critical. The job he's done on the boards.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's either a great act job, we'll find out right here, or Sidney Shelton really tried to make something happen. That's probably a charge. At least it looked it from this angle. Is that Lou Rowe took a fall.
With 101 seconds. Shelton gets a very appreciative round of applause.
There's no timeout here. This is just a 1 minute timeout on the 5 foul rule.
As we had previously. St. Bonaventure led at the half, 35-33. They took the lead in the half with about 6 minutes to go in that period of time. And UMass did not have a lead again until about 10 and a half to go in regulation.
Bonnie's come in with Rashawn Palmer. Tough position for a freshman to come in. He has played earlier in the game, but size-wise, it really hurts St. Bonaventure. Bringing out Shelton, who did a yeoman's job on the boards. Now you bring in a much smaller 6'5" Palmer.
But Palmer also has played well, as you pointed out. He comes up to double. Kellogg outside. Williams, 20 on the shot clock. Kellogg driving to the hole, scooping Dingle and scoring.
Sweet move by Dana Dingle. Explode into the basket.
All tied up. Vanderpool directs it. Quackenbush with Camby out on him. That does open things up. Underneath, Vanderpool, no foul. Under a minute to play in the overtime.
What a great block. Look at this three from 45 feet.
Kept alive by Kellogg.
Not really 45 feet, but a good 25-footer. Terrific block on the other end by Marcus Camby.
Dana Dingle in for Rowe. Underneath Canby, he's fouled. He breaks the tie, and a chance to make it a three-point edge with under 40 seconds.
That's the kind of play, and I know it's easy to sit here and talk about it, but they've been going high-low most of the second half as we see the inside pass from, beautiful pass from Rowe. That's the play that Jeff Quackenbush has to really hammer Canby and not give him 2 points. Make him earn it on the foul line, but don't give him an easy one there.
From underneath, there it was, and Quackenbush commits his third.
Bonnie's had a 75-71 lead, just been outscored now. 7-zip here in the last 2.5 or so.
Well, is Vanderpool going to be in the corner again with 3 people draped on him?
Bonnie's look awful tired. Can they muster up one more effort?
Nelson Richards.
They really don't need a 3 right now, but they're going to need something somewhat quickly.
McNeil, Nelson Richards, Vanderpool struggling to get open.
I'd get it into Vanderpool, I think, and let him work a little bit.
Quackenbush's tray. No, rebound Canby. They tie him up right away. Good move. And the foul goes on Vanderpool.
Bonnies were really, David Vanderpool really was posting up hard, looking for the ball inside. Didn't get it. Quackenbush kind of forced into taking an off-balance 3. Tough time in the game for him to make that shot.
Vanderpool quick to reach in. That's his 3rd foul.
This, while it would have been, could have been, still might be one of the great victories at Bonaventure. This will be an excruciatingly tough loss for him also.
Canby, very friendly was that rim there. He has 27
Canby
points.
only a 48% free throw shooter, has knocked down 3 big ones here.
And you can't tell it from this game in which he's missed only 1, and he's had frequent trips to the line.
7 for 8, just had an outstanding night.
Now the Bonnies down 5, 13 seconds.
Well, UMass looks like they've escaped big time.
Quackenbush the tray. No, tapped up in the air. A whistle down at the